Our group is really excited to get going with this weather up here in Iowa. We've got canceled 5 games already in the first week and a half, and our guys are just chomping at the bit right now to get out there and actually play some games against opponents. It's a group that's very competitive. They've worked incredibly hard. And right now they're excited to get out and get going. They've worked, as I mentioned, very hard. They're dedicated. They put in a lot of work so far, and we're just excited for as a young group to see kind of what we have and start getting better on the field. The teams that we have down in Florida, I think is a good balance of competition. We have teams that have been very successful in recent years, and other teams that are going to give us really good challenges that we should have some opportunities to compete and hopefully win a few ball games as well too. So we're excited for this group to compete against different competition, different types of teams. We have teams that are bringing really good pitching staffs to the table. We have other teams that offense is more their strength. So we're excited to face different types of teams and figure out different ways to win. I think our Florida schedule allows us to do so, and will be representative of the different types of games that we'll have to play when we get back up north here for our conference season. Yeah, things usually start and end on the mound, and it's a group that has us anxious to see where they're at. We'll be led by Tanner Jansen, returning all-conference player. At the end of the year last year, he was as good as anybody in the league. His last four out of his last 5 starts. Had a great summer pitching in a collegiate summer league, and had a really good fall as well too. So we'll lean on him to be the leader of the staff initially, and hopefully as we get some of the younger guys going as well too. And from there, we'll be deep. That has us excited from the standpoint is that we're going to have options, maybe more than previous years, and we're going to be a little bit young, a little bit inexperienced in some of those spots, but we're going to lean on returners like Cam Liston and Devin Veach and Jonathan Salestead, Tom Kunzer as we get going and integrate some of our new guys. I think guys like Brady Held and Brett Kalslerich, Zach Hollingsworth, Brady Leonard can be some really high-impact pitchers in our league, and they're going to have some opportunities early on to show what they have and continue to prove themselves. Yeah, we have a couple guys that had some accomplishments last year. Noah Sacco and Colton Arnold were honored from a conference standpoint as all-conference players as freshmen. They'll bring great experience and hopefully a confidence level that they'll be able to get some things going from that side of things. Truman Schmidt should be an anchor in the middle of our lineup most of the year. Seniors like Nathan Carlin and then a junior college transfer and Josh Breitbarth should give us some experience and be able to grind out some at-bats. The thing I like most about this team maybe is our depth from a position play standpoint. Up and down the lineup, 1 through 9, we should be athletic, and we should be able to put good at-bats together and try to score runs in different ways. And we have some freshmen that will play right away. We have guys like Brady Held and Zach Hollingsworth, Tyrese Moore and Matthew Marquez that'll all be options in the outfield. Guys like Devin Krager and Rich Hintz and Dylan Berg will be a few freshmen in the infield that can prove themselves as well too early on. So we have some depth, we have some athleticism, and offensively I'm excited for what we can do up and down the lineup. Yeah, I think first and foremost is the confidence that they have coming off of last year. The returners, and not that we have a ton of them, but the returners that we have had a lot of experience. We ended the year last year with half of our lineup being freshmen, and we lose a couple high-impact players from last year's group, but really the team that we turn into last year is returning, especially from an offensive end of things and a couple pitchers. So I think confidence first and foremost with how we ended, the work that they put in. They really worked incredibly hard this entire year, and I think they're seeing the benefits of that, and that has them get awfully confident. So I think that's number one. But then even how we won ball games has been a point that we've stressed so far, that we won a few games where we had to score 8, 9, 10 runs. We won games where it might have been 3-2, 4-2 ball game, and we're able to figure out ways, and that's going to be important for this group and something that they've really bought into right away. I think our strength is our depth in our lineup. We're going to be deep. We're going to have some options. We're going to be able to play different lineups with a righty on the mound compared to a lefty. We're going to have speed options. We're going to have defensive options. And as we try to use this Florida trip to figure some of that out, I think overall throughout the year, we're just going to be able to mold to what the game presents itself. When the wind's howling in and we need to play small ball, I think we'll be able to do so. If the wind's blowing out, or if we have a good matchup that we're facing on the mound, we'll be able to swing it a little bit and hopefully hit some gaps and run. I think that from a base running side of things, we call that kind of the special teams, using a football analogy, and that can be a difference maker. I think we run the bases incredibly well, and just from an overall athleticism and depth standpoint, I think we're going to be doing a pretty good job there. That's absolutely our goal. We've talked to our guys that we want to be top half of the conference. That's something that this group can achieve if we play our best and things work out for us. And that's where our goals are set. I think for this group, we're going to have to go after any win that we can. And I think that'll help raise the competitiveness of this group. And like you said, the wins are hard to come by in this conference. We're incredibly deep from 1 to 9. We truly believe that anybody can beat anybody on any given day. And we've proven that of being in ball games with the top half of the conference last year. We were in games until the later innings. We just need to figure out ways to close some of those games. I think from a pitching depth standpoint, that'll be one key for us, is figuring out our bullpen. How can we, in the games that we're right in there in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning, how can we get those outs in the 8th, 9th inning that seemed to be pretty hard last year? I think we have the guys now and the depth now to finish those games off, and I think that'll be a big part of that. Yeah, first and foremost, wanted just a different experience for the guys. The seniors here have gone to Arizona 3 years, and it's a great place. We'll go back there at some point, but wanted to give them new experiences, play different teams. I think we have more options from a scheduling standpoint there, as there's more teams that head down to Florida than Arizona. But more than anything, just wanted new experiences for our players. And as a assistant coach at a couple different places, I had gone down to Florida. Really good setup, great fields, great competition, and that has us feeling confident that we'll get the things that we need to out of this trip. Yeah, it'll be mostly just trusting themselves. We put in a hard month of practice, being indoors pretty much every day, but this group has never relented in their work ethic or their drive to get better. And that has us really excited, and so really going onto the field for the game for the first time is really just trusting what we've done, the hard work that they put in the off season, along with now in season. It's just going out and being who you are and being present and in the moment. Too oftentimes in baseball, you can put too much pressure on yourselves or thinking through all the different possibilities and the likelihood of failure or whatever the case is. And right now it's about them just going out and being who they are and playing in the moment and playing free. And that's will be the main message. Because we have the talent, we have the pieces in place. It's just now getting them going and getting them into things.